Yeah, we really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up, what's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing. It's your boy D3, the Oscar hater. And we got a special guest today. We got Quickly today from the TWT. She's going to be moderating the event. That way, I give your boy D3 all the chances because y'all been telling me how I've been killing it. We got to give him a chance. So we brought the brother some help, man, because he been getting beat so bad. He's been getting beat to death. So how you doing, Quickly?
I'm good. What's happening with that, man? What's going on?
I'm just glad D3 got some help he needed.
What's going on, Quickly?
You know, me chilling. I can't call it. What's going on with y'all, man?
All is well. We ready to go. You know, D3 ready to get cooked as usual. So I'm gonna let you start. I'm gonna let you start everything off Quickly.
Hey,
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying I'm pitiful out here. I need help, dog.
Okay, so without further ado, the first question is, I don't even know how you come up with this stuff. Why it says, is Sugar Shakur the best at 135?
I'll let you go, Free. You close to Jersey, man. I'll let you go, man.
I didn't hear the question. Say that again.
Is Sugar Shakur the best at 135?
No, I said I didn't hear the question.
That's the question.
Is Shakur the best at 135?
Yes.
It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. I mean, he hasn't fought everybody at 135. He only had one fight at 135. So, I mean, I can't say he's the best. It remains to be seen because he still got Tank Davis, still got Loma. You still got he got to get past De Los Santos. You got Matale Natale that's calling for him. You got Keyshawn Davis, somebody who he said he would never fight. That's at 135. You got Abdullah Mason who's coming up. I mean, it's a lot of guys down there, so I can't say that he's the best. He still got a whole lot of fights. He only had one, so I mean, I can't even put him in the top. I can say what we believe he's going to be or what we believe he's at, but that man has one fight at 135, so I can't say he's the best.
You know, I'm gonna need my brother D3 to cut his camera on because he's hiding from me again. Salute to my brother Josh. Salute to my man DP Rock. But I gotta say this, man. It's the funny thing. I understand D Freeze Puerto Rican and you want to take up for Shakur. I get it. I get it.
Oh man.
But this is the thing that we missing here. This is the thing we missing. He's only fought Yoshi from Mario. So if he fought Yoshi from Mario, I can't say he the best. And let's be honest, he really technically used the business to duck out of that Martin fight because he knew for a fact that the Ghost probably would have knocked him out or made him look bad. So we'll see. But it's remained to be seen. I think Shakur is really just a really good fighter. I don't think he's great. I mean, his best win is against Jamel Herring, who never was anybody. So it's remained to be seen. But we just know that D Free is gonna protect Shakur. That's how it always goes.
No, I ain't seen that one before.
So I can see that BBO had already pre-scripted what his answer was going to be. He thought I was going to go somewhere where I didn't go because he just agreed with exactly what I said. So he talking about I'm taking up for Shakur. He said exactly what I just said. So
No, I didn't.
I understand. I keep telling you you can't beat me in this, man. You cannot beat me in this. You cannot beat me in this.
Well, what is it? Well, I mean that it's a tough thing when you're talking about a guy like Shakur, man. It's because you see the talent. It's almost like when you see Boots Ennis. Shout out to Bozy out there in Philly. It's just like when you see Boots Ennis, we see the talent. We just don't see him in the ring with nobody. And I would say I get what you're saying as far as he hasn't fought anybody, but for him to be the one best at 135, I think unfortunately we have to agree that hey, he just hasn't done it. I mean, he's not like a former undisputed champion like Teofimo Lopez, who we got to stop lying and saying Tio is not undisputed because Tio it was recognized as WBC champion, so he was undisputed. I looked it up today, so he's not like he's doing anything like that. But really, in Shakur's case, he's just a good talent right now. I think he's a really good talent, but I wouldn't say he's the best at 135.
Okay. We just started and you already brought up T.O.
Man,
Oh,
I don't know where you going with this.
Oh, here we go.
Because we're not even talking about T.O. We're talking about Shakur. These are your questions. You asked us about Shakur Stevenson. I don't know how we got on T.O. T.O. never been undisputed. Yeah, he's a two division linear champion. I give him that, but the man's never been undisputed. I'm trying to figure out where T.O. come up in this scenario because we asked is Shakur Stevenson the best at 135? And like I said, it remains to be seen because there's a lot of guys at 135 that he has not fought. He only fought one guy. I don't even know if he's going to get past De Los Santos. I believe he will, but I don't know because De Los Santos is not nobody that's just going to lay down for him. He's gonna come in there to fight. So we have to see what happens on next Thursday. And if he gets past De Los Santos, we say, okay, he got 2 wins at 135. But he hasn't go. He hasn't fought William Zapata. He hasn't fought Frank Martin. He hasn't fought Keyshawn Davis, who he said he would never fight. He hasn't fought Abdullah Mason. There's a lot of guys at 135, so I can't crown him as the best at 135 at this point. Now, it remains to be seen because he very well could be the best. He has the talent to be the best, but will that happen? I don't know because I don't know who he's going to fight. But like I said, T.O. doesn't belong in this scenario at all because T.O. is not even at 135. He's at 140.
Okay. I love, the thing is when we bringing up a guy, we're talking about, I'm giving you an example of a true champion, a young homie lion who won it. And honestly, to tell you the truth, the only guy in that division other than Devin the American Dream Haney has been T.O. So I just got to bring it up. Salute to my brother G5. Salute to my brother Marky Dan. I see you, man. And of course, my brother Josh. But go ahead, quick. I'll let you go on our next question because, again, D Free is just going off the rails.
I'm so confused. T.O. is horrible.
Oh my God.
I mean, we've only been going for like 10 minutes, and T.O. got mentioned about 3 minutes ago.
Oh,
so we ain't even made it to the 10-minute mark in the show, and T.O.'s raggedy is already being mentioned in something that has nothing to do with him. Let's further note, Tio is your dude.
No, he's not. I don't have a favorite fighter. I want to make that clear. Maybe I don't have a favorite fighter. I just like the sport. It don't matter who it is. I'll watch the sport.
I feel you. I'm going to question number 2. Why is Sugar Shakur doing bad business?
Hold on 1 second, real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. BVO, you are hell.
Why is that? I mean, I see what it is. What it really boils down to is when we're talking about boxing, because Tio is not the most liked. Nobody wants to talk about it. I don't have a horse in the race. It's almost like when they used to accuse Skip Bayless of liking Tim Tebow. I don't know him personally. I don't have a relationship with him. I'm just saying what I see when he fights. I mean, he's just doing the best I've seen.
I ain't seen that yet. What fight? Let me know what fight that is so that I can try to go back and watch it in slow motion, because I ain't seen it. And like the last time I seen him, he did okay. I mean, I was like, okay, he won. Okay, that was good for morale for him. He needed to win. But all that mess before that, bruh, again, his esophagus exploded. He technically shouldn't even be alive.
Here we go again, Quickie, with these crazy takes about my boy Tio. But I'll say this. I get what you're saying, but when you go from fighting Loma and you step right up and fight Josh Taylor, the former undisputed champion at 140, I got to give you credit for that. I mean, Tank ain't doing that kind of stuff.
Loma didn't even fight. He didn't throw a punch for like how many rounds? Like 6.
But he didn't step right up there and fought. He fought.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he had 2 fights before he fought Josh Taylor.
Tio sucks. But anyway, I'll just move on. Tio is horrible. Okay, so the next question, it says, why is Sugar Shakur doing bad business behind the scenes?
Go ahead, Free.
Go ahead, yo. No, you go ahead. I answered first and last.
I'll say this. Well, we know a guy like Sugar Shakur is with one of the dirtiest businessmen in boxing. This is the same guy, and we like Jay Prince, when it comes to making rap albums, but when it comes to boxing, he's out of his league. I mean, he had Andre Ward, a young Floyd Mayweather, and to think he doesn't have a piece of any of those guys, it just goes to show the kind of business he does. And we all know how Sugar Shakur went behind Devin Haney's back after he had a more than reasonable offer of 25%. He went behind his back and activated his WBC mandatory. Did the same thing with Jamel Herring, who he said they were friends. Talked to Jamel Herring like a dog so bad that Jamel Herring's wife had nothing to say to Sugar Shakur after that fight. It's just, I just think, and anybody that's familiar with, Jersey, New York, Newark, that's how those cats get down over there. But I'm not making it a diamond against the whole city. I'm just saying that it's just a proven fact. People know how much of a dirtbag Sugar Shakur is behind the scenes. But go ahead, Free.
That's the one time I can actually agree.
I wouldn't say Shakur is a bad businessman. He's not. I wouldn't say he's doing bad business. I read the petition that Shakur sent to the WBC for the Devin Haney fight, and he didn't go behind Devin Haney's back. He did it while they was in negotiations, and according to the petition, he said that they've been trying to negotiate and it's going anywhere, so they start the open negotiation process for the mandatory. To call it as the mandatory and start the negotiation for the mandatory, so that way there's a time limit. If it's not going anywhere, then it will have to go to a purse bid. So he didn't do anything wrong in that situation. He wanted them to start he want them to order the fight. So if they can't come to agreement, they have 30 days. If they can't come to agreement, then it will go to a purse bid, and he would get the mandatory split from the purse bid. He also asked them to consider of a 50-50. He didn't say that that's what he's asking for. He just asked them to consider a 50-50 offer. So it still will be at the discretion of the WBC. So in that situation, I mean, he had every right to ask for the fight to be mandated because they're not going to contend, which the WBC had already said before the Loma fight that they was going to mandate that fight. They tried to do a voluntary where they didn't want the fight being mandated, to where I need you to go ahead and open up the negotiations for this fight to be a mandatory fight. So if it doesn't go anywhere within the 30 days, then we'll go to the purse split. And I get what actually good business because he was
You real choppy,
getting
Free.
or he
Pretty bad.
would be
Yeah, you real choppy, Free.
offered. My bad. Let me turn this camera off because it's probably my camera.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear? Hold on 1
I
second.
can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's not bad business. That's more so good business because at him doing it as a voluntary, yeah, he was getting a mandatory split. I mean, he was getting a voluntary split of 25%, but as the mandatory, he was actually getting at the minimum a 30% split. So, I mean, according to Devin Haney, he came out and did an interview a couple of nights ago, and he said the biggest amount that Shakur Stevenson has made in his fight was $400,000. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm not doing the math right, but Devin Haney said that he was offering Shakur 4 times the most money he had ever made. And if you say that 400,000 is the most you ever made, that means you was only offering Shakur Stevenson 1.6. And Devin Haney was getting 75%. So Devin Haney was getting somewhere around 6 million, and Shakur was getting 1.6. So Shakur looked at it, was like, "Oh, this fight is bigger than me only getting 1.6. I made more than that fighting against daggone Oscar Valdez. So I'm fighting you as the undisputed champion. I should get more than 1.6." So I don't see it as bad business. I see it as good business. Now, it didn't work out that way because Devin Haney decided to, you know what, I'm going to go fight Regis Prograis at 140.
Yeah, I mean, for you to say that, it's just I think that's just a terrible point. And it goes to show how biased you are because at the end of the day, I seen Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. go up to fight Oscar De La Hoya. And people don't remember Oscar had a 70-30 split, and Oscar had picked the ring size, the gloves, all of those things. And Floyd said, whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever you want. We seen Errol Spence, who was the clear A side, give his whole A side up to fight Terence Crawford, the undisputed champion now at 147, and former junior undisputed champion at 140. So it just goes to show that, this guy, him doing his dirty business the first time it blew up in his face. Because we all know, as boxing fans, you accept what you're given. You're talking about an undisputed champion. We haven't had an undisputed champion since Pernell Whitaker, one of the guys we got to admit that got beat badly by Oscar De La Hoya. But that's the last time we had an undisputed champion. So the fact that he would try to negotiate with the undisputed champion when Devin Haney, who I'm not the biggest fan of Devin Haney's father, but the fact is that Bill Haney put his son in the position to go ahead and go to Australia twice and take on a very, very tough fight against a very, very rough and rugged undisputed champion and George Kambosos, who had just beat Teofimo Lopez, pretty badly. So the fact is, it just goes to show that, that this guy does not have the salt or the sand that you need to be a great fighter because he's just doing bad business. And it's going to catch up to him. People keep calling him out on his bad business. And it's the same type of stuff you see with Terence Crawford. So it's not just him. It's a crew thing. The guys he runs with snakes and thieves, and that's what you kind of see. And you see him kind of project that same thing. And I guarantee you, come long term, Shakur is going to mess up his career with this bad business, man. And that's just honestly a non-biased take. But he is from Jersey, so I gotta admit he's from New Jersey. So We know how judges can be.
I heard you bring up. I heard you bring up Floyd and Oscar. I heard you bring up Floyd and Oscar. You said Floyd took 25%. That's false.
30%.
Floyd didn't take
30%.
25%.
He took 30. I said 30%.
I know you didn't do your history because you said he took 25%. He didn't take.
I said
He didn't take
30%.
30%. He didn't take 30%. I know you didn't do your history because he didn't do 30%. Like I said, I know you didn't do your history because he didn't do 30%. If
Okay.
you clearly don't know, you're going by what you hear other people say. Because if you knew what Floyd took, Floyd took a flat fee. It just came out to be 27%, but it was a flat fee. Floyd took a flat fee. That's what he got to fight Oscar De La Hoya. He didn't get a percentage. He got a flat fee. But when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, like I said, that's not bad business, because what I see bad business is what he did to Robert Kasakian. Yeah, you could say that's bad business, but Robert Kasakian didn't put up a fight about it. What he did to what he did to Jamel Herring, he went behind his back and he asked the WBC to make it I think it was 55-45 or something like that in his favor. Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring didn't put up a fuss about it. You could say it's bad business. I wouldn't say it's bad business. I would say it's a little shiesty by doing something the way he did it. But when it comes to Devin Haney, there was nothing bad about it. He did it doing it. So he said, okay, we can't come to an agreement as a
you real choppy again.
make it a mandatory fight at the minimum. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It just remind me of when Nelly was on Versus, man. The internet's terrible, man. It's trash. Like I can barely hear you, and people see me cooking, so I want the fans to be cheated that you getting cooked like this. So, but you're real choppy, man, and it's unfair because I'm clear, smooth, live and in color. So I want to give you a chance, man. I want to give you a chance, man. And, you're already getting married on the debate.
Oh,
you think you cooking me, but you ain't cooking. You're not cooking anything. Matter of fact, I got something even better. Hold on 1 second. I got something even better.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to my brother D Free, man, with the Obama internet. So he's having some issues with his internet. But back to what I was saying, guys.
Hold on 1 second.
I want to
hold on 1 second. I got something even better for this boy, because I'm about to finish frying his ass like a nice filet of mignon.
There we go. Here we go.
This all.
Okay.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me go ahead and do. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you're not chopping. There we go. There we go.
All right. All right. So like I was saying, let me start it. Let me start it back up. Let me start it back from the beginning.
Go ahead.
Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. That was not a 25-75 split. Floyd Mayweather got a flat fee. He got a flat fee. That's what he took for Oscar De La Hoya. There was no percentage. It just so happened when you do the math after everything is said and done, Floyd got a 25% split. But the actual split wasn't 75-25. It was a flat fee. Now, when we go to Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, it's not bad business because they try to do it as a voluntary and it wasn't working out. So Shakur said, well, since it's not working out as us doing it voluntary, I'm going to go ahead and petition to the WBC and become your mandatory. So at the minimum, I'm getting a 30% split at the minimum. And like I said, he asked for them to consider a 50-50. It didn't necessarily mean it was going to be a 50-50 because if you look at the WBC rules, it said it can be a 60-40 split. The minimum is 70-30, but it can be a 60-40 split. It can be a 55-45, or in special situations, it can be a 50-50 split, but that's the discretion of the WBC. So that's not bad business. That's actually good business, because bad business would have been saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the 25%. Now, like I said, it just so happened that Devin Haney didn't want to wait around for the WBC to come up with their rule, and he decided to fight Regis Prograis. Now, we also see in hindsight that Bill Haney had came out and said they was already in talk of fighting Regis Prograis before he fought the Zorilla fight. They was already looking to make that fight. It just so happened Shakur Stevenson was on the table as the mandatory fight, and so they was trying to do it outside of being called as a mandatory. So it didn't happen that way, but he was already looking to go fight Regis Prograis at 140. That's the reason why Bill Haney was at the Zorilla fight, because they was already looking to fight Regis Prograis.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that. We all know what kind of person Bill Haney is. We don't want to get into it. You know, this guy's a convicted felon, so we ain't even got to get on Bill Haney as a person. We know he's going to do bad stuff. That's what he does. But the thing I'm saying is, we seen the greatest of the greats take whatever it takes to fight him. And I hear what you're saying about the flat feet. What you doing is what you always do, man. You move on the mark. You saying, oh, he got a flat fee, blah blah blah. But it came out to the 30% that he was supposed to get anyway. At the end of the day, what we're talking about is this: Sugar Shakur has shown you when it comes to doing bad business, he's going to do it. If there's anything he can do to screw you out of your money, he's going to do it. Let's remember, Jake Prince is the same guy that made Floyd Mayweather Jr. have to go to Bob Arum and get $750,000 cash that day in the cashier's check. We all heard this famous story about what Jay Prince and his guys were going to do to Floyd and his family. So I don't even want to get into it. It's not just him, it's the people he surrounded himself with. And I've always heard this, you know, my mother said it all the time: you are who your friends are. All his friends are shiesty and dirty. Think about this. When you said Bud was supposed to be fighting Errol Spence, he wants to bring Errol Spence back to 147, you saying that's bad business. But because you like Shakur, you saying, oh, it's not maybe bad business what he's doing after Devin Haney. And it's only because Devin Haney is a Muslim, and a lot of people don't want to see a Muslim guy do what he's doing. And it's not maybe you in particular, but I'm telling you, I've heard plenty of fans really don't like Devin Haney because of one thing is religion and because of his father. Which we understand with his father. This is a guy who spent 42 plus months in federal prison. So we don't have to get on who Bill Haney is as a person, but we just got to be honest here. Bill Haney is trying to put his son in the best position to fight the best, and that's all the American Dream has been doing lately, is trying to fight the best, whether it's Tank, who he couldn't get the fight with, whether it's him trying to fight Loma, won a very close decision that he probably should have lost. He stole one from Loma. And then he went right up to fight Regis Prograis, which is one of the things you want to see him do. The thing is, when he beats Regis, which we know he's going to do, will he have the nuts to fight a guy like Teofimo Lopez? That's the golden fight that we want to see. We want to see him test himself because we've seen what kind of person Devin Haney is. When you got a guy who really want to hurt him, like a Teofimo Lopez, who said you didn't want to do it, he won't sign the contract. He won't make the fight. But all that did was help Devin Haney grow his name, is the fact that Sugar Shakur ducked him. And that's just what it is with him. He's just a duck, and he does bad business. That's just my opinion.
Can I say something?
Everything you just said makes it look like Devin Haney is the bad businessman. That doesn't make
no.
You talked about Bill Haney being in federal prison. You talked about Devin Haney didn't want to sign a fight with Tio. He wanted to do this. He wanted to do that. This is all the stuff that Devin Haney did. That's not what Shakur did. That's what Devin Haney did. That's what his team did. And you said what Jay Prince and Floyd Mayweather went through. What does that have to do with Shakur Stevenson? We never heard none of those allegations with Shakur Stevenson and a fighter. Jay Prince and Floyd has nothing to do with Shakur Stevenson. Jay Prince is a manager of Shakur Stevenson. He's not going at Bill Haney. He's not going at Devin Haney. He's just the manager of Shakur Stevenson. So you bringing up Jay Prince and you bringing up Bill Haney and Floyd Mayweather, that has nothing to do with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. So I'm not understanding, because I never heard Jay Prince say anything about the Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson fight. I heard Bill say something. I never heard Jay Prince say anything. So I don't know what dealing with Jay Prince have to do with Shakur being a bad businessman. I mean, last time I checked, you get somebody who is known in the business.
Mhm.
You coming up in the business, you get somebody that's known in the business to manage your career. Jay Prince is known in the business. He has other fighters that he deals with. And Shakur Stevenson is being pushed as a superstar in the sport of boxing. That's good business. That's not bad business. That's good business. I don't know what bad minutes you see that Shakur is doing. He didn't do anything bad. He's fighting for the WBC championship. He's a 2-division champion. He's a former unified champion. So he's working on this 3rd division. I don't see where the bad business is at. I mean, last time I checked, bad business means you losing money. Shakur doesn't look like he's losing money.
Well, I'll just say this real quick.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this. Don't get mad at me, nigga.
So
you're absolutely right. Don't hate me, dog. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I'm just telling you. You're absolutely right. Don't hate me, dog. I'm absolutely right.
Wait, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Look, when it comes to Bill, we don't need to be talking noise about Bill at all because Bill is not getting in the ring.
Mhm.
Bill is a father first and foremost. Whatever he has done in the past is where it is. He has done his time and he is done. We don't even need to bring any of that up.
What we're trying to do quickly is very simple. We're trying to give people a backdrop of who we're dealing with because everybody doesn't know that Jay Prince managed Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people don't know what type of person the person behind Shakur Stevenson has been known to be a very dirty businessman in boxing. This is not a game. It's not something I'm making up. Sergey Kovalev had a lot of bad things to say about Andre Ward when he dealt with Jay Prince. So this is just an overwhelming thing. I'm trying to wrap it up in a nice bow so people can see what we're talking about. And I get what Free is saying. But the reason I bring those other guys up is to show you that, hey, you are who your friends are. If your friends do bad business, you're going to do bad business. And I'll be honest, man, I'm just trying to give you an unbiased take on what we're seeing. And as far as with Bill Haney, he did pay his debt to society. You know, we salute the brother on that. He's able to change his life. But at the end of the day, we still got to let the people know what kind of man he is. So no matter what, this is the man that he is.
You're killing yourself.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go quick.
You went kind of too far. I mean, you was right there. You was like, hey, right there, and then boom, you took
You're killing yourself.
This is the thing. I'm just trying to give you guys an unbiased opinion. I know for a fact D3, if it's not Puerto Rican or it's not a black guy with waves, it's not gonna be somebody he's gonna support. So that's just what it is. I'm one of the only guys that you will see that's gonna support what I see, what's the best of. But go ahead, Queen. I know you got another question.
Oh my gosh, it's okay, Vivian. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, are y'all ready for the next question?
Yes,
we're ready.
Okay, so BBO went first just a second ago. So D3, you gonna go first on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It says, is Sugar Shakur a fraud for claiming Puerto Rican to make money?
Say that again.
Is Sugar Shakur a fraud for claiming to be Puerto Rican to make money?
Is he a fraud of claiming to be Puerto Rican to make money?
No, is Sugar Shakur a fraud for claiming to be Puerto Rican to make money?
That's what I'm saying. Is he a fraud of claiming to be a Puerto Rican to make money?
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
How is he a fraud of claiming to be Puerto Rican to make money when the last time I checked, his father is Puerto Rican? That's not claiming. That's what he is, nigga. What are you talking about? That's what he is. So I'm a fraud of claiming to be Puerto Rican when my father is Puerto Rican. That's not a fraud. That's what he is. He's half Puerto Rican. He's half black. That's what he is. That's not a fraud. That's what he is. I'm the same way. I'm half black. I'm half Puerto Rican. Now, whether you say that's he claiming to be that's a fraud just to make money, he was making money before they started this whole promotion that Top Rank decided to put him on. Top Rank came to him with this. Top Rank said this. This is not something that Shakur thought up on his own. Say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go start doing a Puerto Rican flag. No, Top Rank came into him with that gimmick that they wanted him to do. That's what Top Rank did. So he just embraced it. That's what he is. He's half Puerto Rican, half black. We all knew he was already black. A lot of people didn't know who his father was until it came out. His father was Puerto Rican. Now, like I said, he was already making money before they started doing this. So it's not claiming to be Puerto Rican to make money. No, he was already making money. He just embraced the fact that Bob wants him to put on the Puerto Rican. So what? He is half Puerto Rican. He is. So what?
Well, is it my turn? Can I go?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I mean, and this goes back to, like I told you, this is what D3 does, guys. This is a case study on how D3 deflects and doesn't want to talk about it. From what I heard from Sugar Shakur's mouth, he didn't know his father. He never knew his father. Only people that raised him was his grandfather and his mother. So for him to say he's Puerto Rican and spit in the face of his grandfather as black as the night, spit in his mother and grandfather's face and say, hey, I'm not black no more, I'm Puerto Rican. The kid is not putting that he's mixed. He's putting that he's full-blown Spanish. I seen him on the I think last month was Spanish month, for people of Latino and Spanish descent. We see him front and center on Top Rank's flag as one of their Spanish fighters. So what he's doing is another trick. And I'm showing you that this guy I'm telling you, he's a bad dude. People are not going to remember this, but to me, I think he's a modern day Margarito. Has he cheated? No. I'm just saying this is a bad character dude, and it's going to come out because at the end of the day, all of a sudden now he's Puerto Rican. Now he got the Puerto Rican flag on his trunks. When he first fought, we thought he was a black fighter. Now all of a sudden he's playing like he's Puerto Rican, all this goofy stuff. I mean, let's be honest here. What he's doing is wrong. And I say this, if I was his grandfather or if I was his mother, I would be deeply hurt and sad that somebody would try to be something that they're not to try to make some money. And I'm not saying that he's not Puerto Rican. I'm just saying if you don't know your father, why are you claiming something that you don't even know? We all got people on our family that got Spanish descent. If they just only with the black side, they usually just embrace the black side, curly hair or not. The fact is this, Sugar Shakur only did that to make money. And to say the legendary Bob Arum did that, this is a guy who was handpicked by Muhammad Ali to be a promoter. We know Bob Arum wouldn't do something like that. That's retarded and crazy. Excuse my language for saying retarded. That's just crazy to say that. And that just goes back to Free's bias. Like he doesn't even want to see the forest for the trees. But go ahead, Free.
Now, everything I heard you say, he was on the Top Rank banner for Spanish Heritage Month. He wears the Puerto Rican flag on his trunk. That's Top Rank. Top Rank is doing this. Top Rank is asking for this gimmick to be set up. Shakur didn't say, hey, let me be on your Spanish Heritage Month. He ain't say that. That's Top Rank doing that. Shakur, you one of our biggest stars on Top Rank. We doing Spanish Heritage Month. We know you have Puerto Rican. How about you take a picture with the rest of the Latin and Dominican and Mexicans that we have that we putting on this poster. You're the biggest star out of all of them. How about you get up here and do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm with Top Rank. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now you saying he didn't know his father, so he was full blown black. He didn't know who his father is. That doesn't change the fact that the man is half Puerto Rican. Because you don't know who he is, doesn't change the fact that you have Puerto Rican. Now that you know who your father is, we're gonna get on the man because he wants to know where he comes from. You're gonna get him because he want to embrace the other side of him that he never knew nothing about. Now that he knows about it, you want to get on him because this man want to embrace the other side. I could have sworn this was the man that comes up here, hey, Free, we need more fathers in the house. We need to do this. Now this man know who his father is and he want to embrace that side of his family. It's a problem. It's okay when they do it. It's a problem when he does it. Okay, I got you. But I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, this man is doing something that Top Rank asked him to do. This is all it is. Top Rank is asking him to do this. So he's doing what Top Rank asked to do. Now, is it a gimmick? Yes. But is it what he really is? Yes. It's what he really is. The man is half black, half Puerto Rican. This is why you always get ran up on by these damn fighters, because you be talking bad about them.
Here we go.
And I keep telling the truth. I don't get questioned about it, because you cannot argue the truth. The truth is the truth. This is what it is. You go ahead.
And you know what's funny? It just goes back. You know, whenever you talk to Free, you know, if they got waves in the beard, he's all for him. You got to talk some brother talk to him. So we're gonna do just that. That's the funny thing. Now you say that about me. The reason I get a lot of flack is because I'm one of the most unbiased guys in the history of the YTBC. I do nothing but talk about the facts. I talk about what we see, and I kind of give you a little thought on what the past and how the past controls the future. So the thing is this: Shakur, I would never blame a guy like Bob Arum. It's not in Bob Arum's character to do something like this. So for you to say the great Bob Arum, who brought up Oscar De La Hoya, who was handpicked by Muhammad Ali, this is not a type of guy who would do something like that. All he wants you to do is take the best fights. You look at different fighters that he's had over the years. All he does is put this guy's in position, no matter what they are. African, American, it don't matter. I never heard him do that with Marvin Hagler. Never did it with Sugar Ray Leonard. So the fact that she would put it on Bob Arum, at the end of the day, Shakur's a grown man, and he's just one of those guys. You don't want to admit it. He's just a shiesty dude who's looking for any advantage, and that's what he's doing. So now all of a sudden, I'm gonna bring up about a person who I never met. I don't know him. The man's already gone, so I can't connect with him. I don't even know his family. I'm just doing it simply because I want to make some money. And the fact that you won't call him out for that, it's a travesty. It's a travesty that his grandfather doesn't get the credit that he deserves. It's a travesty that his mother don't get the credit she deserves. So she's a single mother who didn't get $1 from his father because he didn't know his father. And it was clear that his father is already dead. So you giving him the credit, saying you're Puerto Rican now, and not giving your mother and your grandfather, who deserved that life, who deserved the credit for raising you. And it's just, I'm telling you, man, that's the type of stuff that really, really touches BBO, because it's just like people will do anything for money. And Sugar Shakur is a prime example of a guy who will do anything for fame and fortune. And that's why I'm starting not to like this kid. But go ahead.
No. I heard this man Shakur Stevenson do nothing but praise his mother and his grandfather damn near after every fight. And you saying this man his father never gave his mother a dime. How do you know that?
How do you know?
That
was his mother in that same interview. I'll send you that interview behind the scenes. You can look it up. It was with Joe Tessitore. He said that his father was never in his life, and his mother said the same thing. His father was never there.
I didn't say his father was around. I said, how do you know that his father never gave his mother a dime? You don't have to be around to give money. You know for a fact in the black community, if a father does anything, it's going to be recognized. Most, I'm not going to say all, but most, especially when you're talking about a black woman, she's going to give you credit for what you do. What does
most black women will give you credit for what you do?
So she didn't give out the financial thing that he did. That means he didn't do anything. You don't know their financial background between his mother and his father. You don't know that.
I'm just going off the fact.
Did she say he never gave me anything?
She said he wasn't involved in his life at all.
Did she say he never gave me anything?
You want to play lawyer? She didn't say that, but
okay, so you don't know. You don't have to be around to give. No, you know how many fathers that's not in their kids' life, but they pay child support every fucking month. They not in their life, but they pay child support. So because he's not around doesn't mean that he doesn't pay child support. He could still be paying child support. He's just not around. She said he was not in his life. Yeah, he wasn't. Shakur, we all know that Shakur never knew who his father was. But that does not mean that he didn't give anything. So for you to bring that up, you don't have any facts about that. You can't speak on something that you don't have any facts about. I'm not going to bring up something that I don't know nothing about. That's me assuming, because she never said it. You said because he was not around that ultimately means that he never gave her anything. I didn't get that out of that. He was just not around. I know a lot of fathers that's not in their kids' life, but they pay child support. But y'all go ahead.
We'll go to the next question. We'll do the disagree. Of course, Free came up with just to me. I mean, it's a little erroneous to say that. I just think it's funny that Free would say that. At the end of the day, man, you know for a fact if you do anything by your child and by a black woman, she's going to give you credit. It's always been that way. It's always been that way. For her to say he wasn't there in his life at all, that means he didn't do anything, bro. It's not hard to read that. I'm
No,
from
it
the inner
doesn't.
city.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
from the inner
No.
city. I know how that goes.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I have a child that I didn't know nothing about until he was 6 months from being 18. I had to pay child support. I was not in that kid's life. I'm still not in that kid's life because he's older and he said he don't want to meet me. He didn't know me all this time. He don't want to meet me. So I'm not holding that against the kid. That's his right. He don't want to meet me. Okay, by all means. But I still pay child support. I'm not in his life, but I pay child support. So that doesn't mean anything. I've been in that situation. So you can't tell me because the man wasn't in his life that he didn't pay child support. Because I've been there. I never knew the kid, never seen the kid, never laid eyes on him, but I paid child support. So, like I said, you can't speak of something that you don't know.
Hey, we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead, Queen. Of course, Free. You know how Free is. Another loss.
Oh goodness. Okay. Go to the next one. BBO, since D-Free went first for the last question, it's your turn to go first.
Okay.
Question is Sugar Shakur afraid of Devin the American Dream Haney?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We know that. We know he's afraid because he would have took the contract. And the funny thing is, if you would have gave any other fighter that contract, they would have took the contract and easily fought the undisputed champion. Now, all he really did was move, as Devin Haney said out of his mouth, all Shakur did was play games and get him out of position. So that's, again, another shiesty move. He got the dude out of position on some shiesty stuff. And I tell you what, if I was Devin Haney, I would never speak to Shakur and I would never fight him because he doesn't deserve it. And the thing is, he's afraid. That's why he didn't take the fight. That's why Shakur didn't take the fight, because he was afraid. But go ahead, Free.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of the sayings of my man Knockout. Shout out to Knockout. Tell me a time in the history of the sport of boxing a man asked to be a mandatory, and that is a duck. This man said that the negotiation is not going anywhere. We want the WBC to make this a mandatory fight so we have a time limit on when we can negotiate this fight. Where do you get the fact that he is scared by forcing the fight? I don't understand that. Now, you could say he wanted more money, the man was outpricing himself. All those may be true, but to say that the man is scared by asking for the fight and making it a mandatory fight, I don't get that of being scared. I get that of a man that wants the fight. He wants to get paid more money than what was offered to him, but he wants the fight. That's not a man that's scared of a fight. Now, if he said, oh, you know what, 25%, no, I'm not taking that. I'm going to go fight somebody else. No, he didn't do that. He went to the WBC and asked them to order the fight. That's not a man that's scared of the fight. That's a man that wants to be paid more money for the fight. You go ahead.
Hey, salute to my brother Clarence. Salam alaikum to my brother Clarence. Salute to my man Marky Dan. Salute to A1. I'm going to say this. The funny thing about this is that if you're not afraid, you take the fight. There's plenty of fighters that you can name throughout history, whether it's Jab Super Judah, whether it's Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Cesar Chavez Sr. I mean, there are so many examples of guys who don't care what they get paid. They just want to fight. They want to fight the best. And the fact that Shakur was that afraid of Devin Haney that he didn't want to take the risk, because the reason he didn't want to take that money is because he knew he was going to lose. Say what you want. The only person who's going to beat Devin Haney is going to be a guy like Tio and a guy like Tank because they got more power. But when it comes to a guy like Sugar Shakur, who's pillow-fisted as well, it'll be one of the best pillow fights, probably one of the most boring fights you ever see, but Devin Haney will dominate and outclass him. For all those punks who want to say sparring, at the end of the day, sparring is nothing more than when you're working on things. So yeah, you might look at it as sparring, but I'm not here to fight you. I'm here working on something. It's like any other practice. D3 play football. I play football. We know for a fact what you do in practice is not always what you do in the game. So you want to tell me because he looked like he got off a little bit in a doggone practice environment that makes him all of a sudden can beat Devin the American Dream? That's a joke. We know for a fact he got Freddie Roach in his camp. And this is one of the guys, and I'm gonna tell you like this: this is one of the guys that Floyd Sr., one of the greatest trainers ever to train, up there with Eddie Futch, up there with Angelo Dundee, said that it was a one-way road when it was him and Tank. And I don't know if it's the same case anymore, but Devin Haney is special. That's why you got the fear factor, and that's why you got even Regis Prograis saying, "Hey, I didn't necessarily want this fight. I think he made up a whole lie about how he didn't get paid, he didn't go on vacation, blah, 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 because he didn't want to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney is really like Tank and Tio. The dude is got people scared to death of him. And I don't know why, but they're scared to death of this kid. So I mean, I don't want to tear it down Sugar Shakur because he's a good fighter. But at the end of the day, this is the big boys leagues, man. You gotta fight. Whoever want to fight, you gotta fight. Just that simple. Go ahead, Free.
Yeah, you brought up a lot of guys that took the fight. They didn't care about the money. They took the fight. Yeah, that is absolutely true. There are a lot of guys that took the fight. They didn't care about the money or none of that. They went out there and fought him. But the difference is that is not Shakur Stevenson. None of those guys are Shakur Stevenson. So you can't tell that man that because that man took less money, he got to take less money. I'm not going to tell nobody they got to take less money because they want that fight. No, you ain't got to take less money. Now, if you choose to, that's your prerogative. You can choose to do whatever you want to do. But to say that he is scared because he didn't take 25%, I don't know where you get that from because, like I said, a person that's scared is not going to go to the WBC and ask them to mandate the fight. That's not somebody that's scared. Somebody that's scared say, you know what? He's lowballing me. I'm not taking this fight. I'm going to go fight this man. That's what they do. They go fight somebody else. They don't go to the WBC and ask them to mandate the fight. That's not somebody that's scared. That's somebody that wants more money for the fight. He couldn't get more money in the negotiations, so he asked the WBC to mandate the fight so he can get more money for the fight. That's what it was. But go ahead.
I mean, we all know the E40 song, Captain Sable, and of course, like right on cue, D-Freeze right to Shakur's rescue with his cape on, running in the booth to get his Captain Save on. Because at the end of the day, we know for a fact, man, if you're not afraid, you take the fight. It don't matter who it is, man. You heard Adrian Broner say it best, man. It's anybody can get it. Anybody. And I'm gonna tell you something funny. Adrian Broner actually messed himself up because he was the can man, because he fought Marcos McDonough when he didn't have to. So we got a long line of African American fighters. I don't like that word African American. I say black. Black fighters that go in there and they fight the best, no matter what the money is, because you're gonna make that money if you become a legend. And the fact is, guess what? Sugar Shakur just showed you he's not in it for fighting the best. He's in it for the money. It's just that simple.
No. Why you always kill your own self. With your own argument, you kill your own self every time. Because you brought up Adrian Broner. You tell me what fight was Adrian Broner outside of Manny Pacquiao? Adrian Broner was the B side. Adrian Broner was the A side in the Madonna fight. He took that fight, but he was the A side. So that is a bad example because Adrian Broner got more money than Madonna. That's a bad example.
What I'm telling you is the risk. The risk.
It doesn't matter about the risk. Adrian Broner got paid for his risk.
It don't matter about the money. He fought him. He didn't have to. He could have easily dropped the belt and went down. We've seen that before.
He got paid. I keep trying to tell you, if the guy is getting the money that they want, they will fight. That's what Shakur said. I want more money. I'm not taking 25%. I want more than that. That was his whole argument. Give me a better offer. His whole argument is give me a better offer. Not I don't want to fight you. It's give me a better offer. That was his whole argument. Give me a better offer. So you said Adrian Broner, he got in there, he took the risk. He got paid for his risk. he didn't take a 25% and fought Madonna, Adrian Bona wouldn't have took. We just saw people been calling out Adrian Bona for years. Adrian Bona said, ain't no money in that fight. I'm not taking that fight. There's no money in it. So we know Adrian Bona wants money. You cannot bring up Adrian Bona and Shakur Stevenson situation because Adrian Bona is in it for the money. Tank Davis is in it for the money. They in it for the money.
Not so much Tank Davis, but we can say Adrian Bronner from Cincinnati, Ohio, has always been one of those guys who will fight anybody. And that's
For the
just,
money.
Right.
but no, it wasn't even just about the money, because that's just an Ohio thing, man. That's why I was played this for you, please.
What I'd say is this, Murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get out, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo? Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas. What I'd say.
Go ahead.
We all know Adrian Bona fights for the money, though. This is Adrian Bona we're talking about. No, I keep telling you, killing yourself. You bringing up Adrian Bona. He came out there and said, PBC is going to pay you the money, but you got to fight Godzilla. He told you he's getting the money, but he got to fight Godzilla for it. No, you bringing up bad example. You bringing up bad example. Adrian Bona gets paid to fight. He not taking no small offer. So that's a bad example.
No, it's not.
No, it's
not. No, it's not a bad example. I'm telling you.
What
fight did
Adrian Bona was not the A side outside of Manny Pacquiao? What fight?
Listen to what I'm saying. That's the only fight he was the A side. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, and I'm speaking about Adrian Bronner's pedigree as a fighter. It's only the best. Whoever wants it can get it. That's what I'm speaking about.
I understand that, but
you're moving the mark.
No, you're moving the mark because you're not even moving the mark. You're way off the mark. You're missing it by a field goal and a whole 100-yard dash. No, you're not getting it because Adrian Bona did take the risk, but he got paid for the risk. He got paid for it. That's what I'm trying to. You're not understanding. Yes, he took the risk. Yes, he did. He fought everybody, but he got paid for it.
I mean, it just goes back to this when you're talking sometimes.
You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
That's what my brother Pete's doing, but go ahead, Queen. I know you got some more questions.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, D, for you up for going first. Something is wrong with you.
I say about Free all the time. I tell him all the time something's wrong with him. You don't listen to me.
I'm talking about you, BBO. You and these questions. Okay, then the next one. Is Sugar Shakur going to make a statement in his next fight? I would hope so.
Say that again.
Is Sugar Shakur going to make a statement in his next fight?
Is he going to be? Hold on, I keep getting alerts. Is he going to be what in his next fight?
Is he going to make a statement in his next fight?
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do in his next fight. We won't know until his next fight happens. I can't see the future. I don't know what these guys are going to do in the future. I could just go by what they say. That's all I can go by. I can't go by anything that I assume because you just assuming. You going by what you believe, and I don't sit there and put myself in a situation where I'm gonna say, hey, this guy's gonna do this because I believe that's what he's gonna do. I like to go off of what I know to be true. And so I can't say what he's gonna do in his next fight until I see the fight.
You know, again, as I always say, you know, you can't get a straight answer out of Free. You never can. He's a politician. He's from DC. I mean, shout out to, you know, Prince George County. The funny thing about this cat, man, is that he just won't give you an answer. I'll give an answer. I'm like Free. I'm not afraid to give an answer. So My answer would be I think that Sugar Shakur is really going to go in there and probably, probably try to knock the tacos out of this dude because De Los Santo is a dangerous fighter. He's a young, hungry lion. But I mean, we seen what he did when he fought Yoshi from Mario. I mean, he knocked the Japanese noodles and sushi out of this kid. So I know for a fact that he's going to go out of his way to really put on a great show for the fans, and he's going to try to go for the knockout. I don't know if he can get it because De Los Santo is a live opponent, and we all know that Sugar Shakur had already had a deal with him when that Frank Martin fight came up. So as soon as the Frank Martin fight happened, they signed a day later. So we already know about his bad business. So this is a guy that was set up. And this guy, De Los Santo, is perfect for Shakur. He's very aggressive. Shakur is a counterpuncher. So I really just see him beating the tacos out of him. I think he's going to really hurt this kid really bad.
Like I said, I don't know if he's going to hurt him because De Los Santos, like you just said, he is a good fighter. This man, he has good boxing ability. He's a boxer puncher. He's not somebody that you can go in there and take lightly. We saw what happened with Rayo. Rayo thought he was just going to go in there and knock him out, and we saw Rayo get up off the cameras doing the stinky leg like 3 times in a row. So I can't say that Shakur is going to beat him. I believe that Shakur will beat him, but I don't know because this is not somebody like when you get to a better level of fighter, it becomes closer to 50-50, and that's when you can't really predict the fight. That's what makes a good fight when you close to getting that 50-50 fight where you can't really say what the outcome is going to be. That's what makes for a good fight. Now, I believe that Shakur will win. I don't know that he will. I'm not going to say that's a guarantee that he's going to win because De Los Santos could hit Shakur with something that he don't see, or which I don't think he will because he's a good judge of distance. But I mean, we see things that happen all the time in the sport of boxing. So he could underestimate the distance and De Los Santos catch him with a big shot, and Shakur don't recover from it. But like I said, I'm not going to say that he's just going to go in there and wash De Los Santos. A lot of people saying he's going to wash him. I don't think that he's going to wash him. I think he will win. I think he will win, but I don't think it's going to be a wash. But I mean, it remains to be seen. We'll find out on Thursday. But that's why we want to see the Devin Haney's and Shakur, the Tank Davis and Shakur, the Tank Davis and Devin Haney and Frank Martin fight. That's why we want to see them because we know what level of fighters these guys are. It makes for good fights. You can't really call the outcome. You could say, I believe that this guy is going to win or that guy is going to win, but you don't really know because they so close in skill level that you really don't know. And De Los Santos, he's not on the same level as Shakur, but who knows? He may very well be on the same level as Shakur. We only seen him in a couple of fights, so you really don't know. But you know what you saw when he was in there with Rayo. You saw a guy that can box and got great power, and he definitely could move around the ring. So he might be on a level of Shakur. A lot of people don't think he is. They're not giving him that, but you never saw him enough to say that he is or he isn't. So that's all I see on it.
The cool thing about this fight is that this is the first time since Clay that you're seeing Shakur fight a guy under 30 years old. So he's actually doing something good. So I do want to give him credit for actually not fighting a senior citizen this time. He fought a very old Jamel Herring, fought a very old Oscar Valdez, who we seen Navarrete pretty much beat to death. I mean, it just shows a lot. I think Navarrete can beat and stop Shakur the way I seen Navarrete just dismantle, Oscar Valdez. And Oscar Valdez, as we all know, hurt Shakur to the body. I think that's the key. You got to go to Shakur's body and get him out of there. The thing is, he's in there with another guy he can beat. And until he really grows a pair, excuse my language, he won't fight the best. And he's going to look good. He's going to put on a great performance. But at the end of the day, man, he's not fighting the best. He had a chance to fight the best. And true coward fashion, he said no. So I'll leave it at that.
Shout out to my man Drew Tight for the $10 cash app. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, De Los Santos is definitely a hell of a fighter. I mean, it makes for a great fight because that's what we want. That's what we want in the sport of boxing. We want these great fights where we really don't know what the outcome is. We don't know what it is. That's what makes for a great fight because you really don't know. You just rooting for the guy that you want to win, or you rooting for your favorite fighter. You don't know what the outcome is. You just rooting for him because that's your fighter. So I have nothing bad to say about the fight. It is what it is, and we're gonna find out on Thursday. I just feel that Top Rank is doing a real disservice to Shakur and De Los Santos for not promoting this fight the way they should be, because this could very well be a great fight.
And salute to my man Drew Titan on the $10 cash app as well. I say this: it's not a good fight. It's another board fest. Me and Free watch. Probably, I like this kid a lot initially because of where he's from, not so much for his skills. But when we seen what was the guy, Richardson Hitchens, it's going to be the same type of thing. It's going to be an extremely boring fight. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep your eyes open. I would say we all know Shakur's going to come in there. You know, we all see him on his press tour playing a good guy. Got his little Deacon boy afro haircut. He's gonna try to play the good guy. He's gonna go in there and beat the tacos out of this guy. I mean, he's gonna beat the Mexican pizza out of this guy. I mean, it's gonna be pretty much I would just say probably a really, really bad. He's gonna really hurt this guy bad, and it's because Sugar Shakur has shown you that he's not trying to fight the best. Why wouldn't he fight a guy like Navarrete? After what I've seen with Oscar De La Hoya, I would have said, "Hey, Navarrete, this is my next fight," because that's what you do when you see guys have great performances. The same way that Floyd would do it. Only time Floyd didn't do that is when he fought Super Judah, who had lost to Baltimore before. But that's when we can forgive that. But when it comes to Shakur, he's fighting nothing but tune-ups and warm-ups. And until he fights somebody, he's going to be at the back of the line where he belongs.
No, you said Navarrete. Last time I checked, Navarrete is at 130. And so unless Navarrete is moving up to 35 or Shakur is moving down to 30, that fight is not happening next. So who are you asking to move? You asking Shakur to move down? If he beat De Los Santos, he's the champion. He's not going to move down to 130. So we just saw him lose his belts on the scale at 130. So you asking Navarrete to move up to 135?
Only 5
I don't think
pounds.
that's going to happen. You could say only 5 pounds. Like, only 5 pounds is not a lot. In the sport of boxing, 5 pounds is a lot. When you never fought at that weight class and you fighting somebody who's a top level fighter that's the champion at that weight class. So I don't see that fight. I don't want Shakur calling out Navarrete. Now that very well may be the next fight because Navarrete is the co-main on that card. He very well may be. But unless Navarrete is moving up to 35, I don't want Shakur calling out no Navarrete. He's at 130. That's a 130 pounder. We was getting on Tank Davis for fighting Leo Santa Cruz. Yo, he fought little ass Leo Santa Cruz. Now you want Shakur to call out Navarrete, who's at 130. Y'all gotta make up y'all argument. Even you don't want the man calling out smaller fighters, or you don't mind the man calling out smaller fighters, because we get on these fighters for fighting guys that was a weight class below them. Tank Davis fought little Leo Santa Cruz, but now you want Shakur to call out Navarrete. Come on, man, you gotta make this shit make sense.
And you know, it's funny, man. And you know, I always say this, Free, man, you're my older brother and I love you. But that was a horrible point. That was a horrible point. I'm gonna tell you why that was a horrible point. Because at the end of the day, we just seen Navarrete look like a god against Oscar Valdez, who Oscar Valdez really shouldn't have fought Sugar Shakur because Shakur was too big. But he went in there and still fought it and actually was able to hurt him to the body. So at the end of the day, we've seen great fighters. I've seen one of my favorite fighters. I didn't watch it live. I watched it on playback. I seen one of my favorite fighters, Roberto Duran, go up and fight Sugar Ray Leonard and beat him to death, beat the sleeves off of him. So I don't know what you're talking about. There's no big deal about the weight class. At the end of the day, you go in there and make it happen. Go ahead.
Hold up. I know you did not just say that with a straight face.
Yes, he did.
I was gonna let that go right past.
What are you talking about, man?
I understand. I know. I don't know your parents. personally, but I'm almost certain your parents always told you, think before you speak. You just said that you want Shakur Stevenson to call out Neverati. And you said that doesn't make sense because we just saw Neverati beat Oscar Valdez. I believe Shakur Stevenson shouldn't have fought Oscar Valdez because he was too big. But now you want him to fight Neverati, who's the same size as Oscar Valdez. So Shakur's not too big for Neverati, but he was too big for Oscar Valdez. Come on, dog. You got to make it make sense.
You're playing. You know what you're doing, and it's the funny thing. You're doing an old trick, man. You playing stupid games.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm going by what you say, not your mouth.
And you know what it says. I'm gonna tell you this. When you think about boxing, right? You think about the sport that we love so much. The best fighters don't care what weight class you at. We're coming to get you. I don't know what you're talking about because I seen, one of the greatest fighters of his, probably the greatest. This is the Canelo Alvarez era that we in right now. But Canelo Alvarez went up there, beat Austin Trout, and then we seen him late in his career, dare to be great, and go up there and fight Bivol. Did he win? Some say no, some say yes. I mean, it was 7-5. I gave it to Bivol barely. Bivol kind of took some rounds, but at the end of the day, that's what you want to see. You want to see guys test themselves and see if they're the best. And Navarrete is a big guy, pause. So I thought that him and Shakur, that should be the fight. But we know for a fact that Shakur is not looking for the challenge. He's looking to make the easy money and become a 3-division champion. At the end of the day, he probably won't make it up to 147. I don't see him making it to 147. So he's probably planning on only going maybe to 140. So now he's saying, hey, I got another belt, another notch on my belt. I'm feeling great. He's not looking to test himself, Free, and you know he's not. The whole reason, and if anybody ever want to know why BBO gives Teofimo Lopez, former undisputed champion, 2-time lineal champion, so much credit, is because the kid is fighting. He's not playing. He's fighting. I want to see guys fight. I don't care about the whole popularity contest. I want to see the best fight the best. As Deontay Wilder said it all the time. And think about it. Deontay Wilder lost 3 straight fights to Tyson Fury. But he still said, you know what? The best must fight the best. And we seen we just seen it. The best must fight the best. We even seen the undisputed champion, Tyson Fury, undisputed reigning lineal champion, go up and fight Francis Ngannou. Why did he do that? Because he want to get his head kicked. And that's what great fighters do. They don't care who it is. We want the best fights. We're going to take them. And we know Shakur is not cut of that same cloth. He's not.
No. I don't know where you going with this, because you named Tio, who has nothing to do with this conversation. Tio, he got 2 names on his fucking resume. 2 names. That's it. Okay. He got 2. And you act like he fought a bunch of world beaters. He fought 2 guys, Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. That's it. Everybody else is run-of-the-mill fighters that he fought. You can name Richard Comey, you can name Nakatami, and all that. Those are run-of-the-mill fighters. They're run-of-the-mill fighters. They're not no world beaters. You talking about Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou. That was a money grab. That was a money grab. That wasn't because he wanted to fight the best. The best, that man never had a fight in the sport of boxing. That was a money grab. I don't know what the hell you be thinking about when you be sitting here thinking about your answers or your rebuttals, but that was a money grab. That was not him fighting.
What the fuck you say?
It's him fighting Usyk. He would have fought Usyk because Usyk said, I'll take the 30%. And he said, no, I'm going to go fight Francis Ngannou.
I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this, man. This is the thing that BBO does.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this. Don't get mad at me, nigga.
Go ahead. We go to our next question.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is gonna be the last one. And it is Sugar Shakur trying to con the fans into thinking he's a good guy. What? Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
You first.
Okay. I just spoke about it. We've seen him on his press tour. He's wearing some Malcolm X glasses. Like I said, he's got the deacon board church haircut. going to the schools, playing this, nice guy. Pause. The kid's got dimples, handsome kid. He's trying to use that to his advantage to show that, hey, he's really a shark. It's one of them things where you don't know a shark is coming, but you still see that fin. And that's the thing with a guy like Shakur. You got to be looking carefully to see he's still got that fin. Because really what he wants to do is what he's always done. He wants to con the fans to think he's a good guy, and he's not. Why he going to all these schools now? Why he doing all this stuff now when he got to fight against De Los Santos? He should have been did that stuff, but he hasn't. So, I think he's just really, like I said, the kid's a fraud. I think he's a star, but he's probably going to be one of the shiestiest, dirtiest fighters you ever seen become a star in a long time.
Yeah, we all know that Shakur has the skills to be a high level boxer in the sport of boxing. Now, will he be marketed as a star? It looks like they're trying to market him as a superstar in the sport of boxing. Will it take to the fans? It remains to be seen. I believe he will be a superstar in the sport of boxing. He just got to get those fights to show that he is a superstar. The Tank Davises, the Devin Haney's, like BBO like to always bring them up, the T.O.s, and all of those other big names, the Lomachenko's, all those other big names in the sport of boxing. Once he starts getting those on his resume, I believe he will be a superstar in the sport of boxing because they are already trying to push him to be a superstar. So I believe he will be.
And I just want to say this, I know a lot of people, you might hear, because BBO is unbiased, you might hear me say, you know what, I might be giving you some criticism of Shakur, but this is how I feel.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't.
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital, though. I like to send his ass to the damn ambulance.
I would love to see Tank Davis or Devin the American Dream Haney really hurt him so we can stop talking about it, because I think at best he's above average fighter. And I think for a fact there's a reason why he left 130. Supposedly he said he was too big, but he's still coming on the scales, barely hitting 135. So it's like that's a game. I heard my co-host say that Teofimo Lopez, who came, I think he weighed in at 136, 137, saying, oh, Teo could make the weight at 135. He just didn't want to. It's the same thing with your boy Shakur. Shakur didn't want to make the weight at 130. He's seen it getting hot with Navarrete coming up, and he knows that the monster's on the way. So all these different factors is why you see this coming at 135, which is a wasteland right now. We know for a fact Tank is the cash cow, but we know that Tank's going to put up all these rehydration clauses. That's why we see Ryan Garcia lose, because of that rehydration clause. That's the reason why we seen Mario Barrios lose, because of the rehydration clause. And Mario Barrios was a class act and didn't bring it up, but we seen how he looked against Ugas. And to be honest, I would say I've never seen Ugas get beat that bad, other than, of course, Errol Spence. But, your boy BBO tried to give it to you straight, uncut, no filters. I'm not on the take like my brother D Freak. I only want to tell you what's going on. I want people to get a good idea of what's going on with these fighters. But I don't know. Go ahead, Freak.
I don't know what the hell are you talking about. You said T.O. came in at 137. I did say T.O. came in at 137. But T.O. had just fought Kambosos. Kambosos said, you believe you won that fight? I'll fight you in a rematch in the ring. Not months later. It was in the ring. Mm-hmm. And T.O. said, I can't make the weight. I'm going to go to 140. We saw Shakur lose his belts on the scale because he couldn't get down to 130. And he knew weeks out that he couldn't get down to 130. This not something that's not known. This is documented. He knew weeks out, like 2 weeks out, he couldn't get down to 130. So that man outgrew 130. That's why he's not at 130. He outgrew it. He knew he couldn't make it. That's why he lost his belts on the scale. So there's a difference in a guy saying he can't make it, but never miss weight. And there's a guy that said he can't make it and actually miss weight and lose his belts and had to pay money because he lost his belts and he couldn't make the weight. So there's a difference. T.O. just was scared of Kambosos. Let's just be honest. He was scared of Kambosos. Kambosos beat that man out of the weight class. He beat that man out of the weight class. That's not the same thing. Shakur Stevenson won his fight. and he said he can't make the weight. He lost his belts on the scale. Tio got beat up and said, nah, I can't make the weight. It's too hard for me to make the weight. Nigga, we just fought. What are you talking about? It's too hard to make the weight. We haven't even left the ring yet.
I gotta say this about my brother Free. Now I know you guys see me get on here and I go at this kid, but he's a wonderful dude. But he's just making stuff up. At the end of the day, it's okay if Tio, who almost died trying to make the weight, but you talking about, oh, he always made weight. Well, he made weight because he's professional, Free. At the end of the day, it's very unprofessional to have these promoters spend all this money and you not make weight. I thought it was a travesty that Sugar Shakur would come to a doggone weigh-in and not make the weight. They got sauna suits and they got saunas for a reason. So that was just unprofessional and what you expect. What type of dog stuff is that to come to a weigh-in and not make the weight? You get mad. You saying it's wrong that Tio's a professional, almost killed himself to make sure that he made weight? The professionals don't miss weight. Floyd don't miss weight. People like Floyd or Tiafimo, they don't miss weight. They just don't.
No.
That's what professionals do, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Professionals do make weight. They do. And that was unprofessional for Shakur to miss weight. But that neglects the fact of the truth. Shakur couldn't make the weight. We've never heard Tio say, I can't make the weight until after he got beat up by Kambosos. You never heard Tio say, it's hard for me to make 135 before he fought Kambosos. That man said, I'm coming in here in the best shape of my life. I'm gonna knock this man out. We never heard that it was too hard for him to make 135 until after he got beat up and Kambosos asked for the rematch. Then he said he can't make the weight. It wasn't before, it was after.
And you know what's funny, man? Salute to my brother CDK Boxing. That's my brother right there. But for you to say I got a love affair with Tio, man, that's crazy, bro. That's wild. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Because at the end of the day, when people, gave Muhammad Ali his credit, or when people gave Floyd Mayweather his credit, or when people gave Roberto Duran their credit, I mean, that's what you do. You talking about me not giving Tio his credit. I mean, let's think about this. Let me ask you a serious question. Excuse me, I gotta ask this question. If their career stop now, who's going to be a Hall of Famer first, Tank, or is it going to be Teofimo Lopez? And I want you to answer that. Who's going to be a Hall of Famer off resume if they stop fighting right now? If they both are gone, they're gone right now. All they guys, their bodies are work. Who's going to the Hall of Fame?
You asking me that?
I'm asking you that.
Oh, why?
There's a possibility that they both go to the Hall of Fame.
Oh
now,
my God!
I will give you my reason why. I would say there's a possibility of they both going to the Hall of Fame because both of those guys are multi-division champions. Both of them.
Tank Davis is not a multi-division champion. That's a lie. He's only a champion at 130.
Dog, Tank Davis is a multi-division champion. He's a 5-time champion to be exact. He's a 5-time champion. He won 2 belts at 130. He came back down and won the super at 130. Huh? Yes. He won 2 belts at 130, and then he came back down and won the super at 130, won the WBA at 135, and won the WBA at 140. He's a 5-time champion. So you might say the regular belts don't count, but in the sport of boxing, those regular belts do count. So, like I said, unless you've been, unless they gave you the what is it called, the promotion or the status of a WBA super, you are a WBA regular champion unless they give you the status of being a super. If up until Lomachenko got the WBA super, there wasn't a WBA super at 135 for 8 years. You was just the WBA champion. So that WBA regular belt, like you like to call it, is the actual belt until they give you the status of a super. So you say it doesn't matter, but it actually does.
Well, I'll say this. There is actually a class action lawsuit against the WBA for what they were doing with their belts. Their belt system of having an insurance champ, a regular champ, that was all to circumvent the Muhammad Ali Act. If you don't believe me, look it up. They've been sued. I cannot think of the name of the organization, but it's an organization that looks over boxing, and they actually came to the conclusion that that the WBA was trying to circumvent the Muhammad Ali Act by having all these belts. We can play the games that we want. Oh, the French fries belts count. At the end of the day, it's just like when But if that's the case, why did the WBC call Devin Haney the Pride champion? It's because we don't count regular belts. We only count big boy belts, super belts, franchise belts. These are the belts that we count. We don't count these make-believe these regular belts. If you want to be honest, listen. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
And
Go ahead.
that's what they do. They want to cut the black man off. Whenever the black man is making a point,
Man,
they want to
shut
cut
that
him
black shit up. Shut that black shit up.
This is what we doing. This is what we doing. They want to cut off the black man. And I've been dealing with this for 400 years. A lot of brothers like me been dealing with this. But I'm gonna say this. They want to go ahead and try to play all these games. Oh, he's a champion. Tank only won a belt at 130. He won a belt at 130 twice. So if you want to say he was an IBF and he was a WBA champion, I think he beat Pedraza for his first belt, which he left on the scale. And then he won the belt again when he beat Leo Santa Cruz. So he's a one division champion. The great Paulie Malignaggi even brought that point up himself and said that. Former 2-division champion Paulie Malignaggi brought this up. At the end of the day,
no, you talking about a racist person that's talking about Tank Davis?
He went from bad.
Somebody that's racist.
Okay, he's racist.
Somebody that's
okay.
Racist.
The guy who's with none but black people is racist. That's like saying Eminem is racist. Okay, I get it.
I didn't say Eminem racist. I say
I said that's like saying
racist.
Eminem is racist. This is saying dude who do a show with the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, James Sony, Roy Jones. There's no way.
Do you know that you do know that the way you cover up your racism is by hanging with black people? That's how you cover it up.
Okay. And okay, just like Ellie Setback is racist now, right? Because Bill Haney said that. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're saying propaganda. That's not facts. I thought you dealing facts. There's no facts that came out and said Paulie's racist. It never came out.
I'm talking about Paulie.
Paulie's never, and no one's ever said that about Paulie. That's just some bullcrap.
Well, you don't listen to it. A lot of people say that about Paulie. You don't listen.
Okay. We'll let that. We'll say the two-division champion Paulie Malignaggi is racist now. Okay, we'll say that. Okay,
wow. I'm gonna put it like this. I don't care about what you count as a belt. What the sport of boxing count as a belt is what matters. You don't make the rules. The sport of boxing and the sanctioning body makes the rules. So just because you don't count it as a belt, it does not matter. You don't have a vote. It does not matter at all. So like I said, the WBA quote unquote regular belt is an actual belt because unless you get the status of a super champion, you are the WBA regular champion.
Okay, and I'll say this, and it goes back to what I said. It's cool if they like them. It's not if they don't. And D3 has just put on a master class of what it's like and what we get in boxing. Nothing but bias, BS, rhetoric. This is the same. This is what the same old stuff we get from Free week in, week out. It's just bias. If I don't like him, he sucks. He's this and that. But that's okay. I love him. That's what makes the show. It is what it is, man. You got your boy BBO here to always keep it real. I'm hoping to have Quickly here more. But hey, we gonna get my brother Free together. Pause, man. We gonna, I know he get tired of me stomping him out every day, week in, week out. I know he do.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Okay, look. I don't know where the hell you get this stuff from.
I can't see you.
I can't see you. Heard.
I can't see you.
What?
I can't see you. I can't see you, so it don't count. I can't see you. Okay. I can see you.
Literally heard the entire show is you and your rhetoric. It's crazy.
Wow.
You have thrown, like I said, I knew what we were in for. The minute the show started, and we didn't even make it 10 minutes, and you brought T.O. in her.
Oh, here we go.
And I knew where this was gonna go from there. I don't even think you believe not even half of this, not even a quarter of the stuff that you just said today. I know you don't believe that.
I believe everything I
You
said.
are
You
if
can
you
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 can
are
ask Reed. The same way I talk on here is the same way I talk on the phone. I'm not put on that. The thing is, I'm one of those people. I try to be unbiased, and at the end of the day, I don't play no home games. I always go on the road, and I go against anybody. And I'm telling you, Free knows this. That hey, everything I'm saying makes sense. If we talk about what we want to see, T.O.'s done it. I guarantee you this: if Tank had the same record as, if he had the same fights on his resume as Teofimo, y'all be calling him better. Y'all be saying he's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
wait a minute, but how you gonna sit here and say you unbiased, but you're being biased at the same time? Like, make it make sense because that's why I've been over here laughing
Mhm.
every time y'all have been in. I'm like, what in the hell is going on right now? This is like the Twilight Zone. Like, what are we
Oh my
doing?
God.
I'm trying to understand. Like, how did we get here? Like, T Free, bless your heart.
I don't know. I don't know. I keep trying to tell him I don't know. No, I I I I don't know. Like I said, he said Paul. He never heard Paulie was a racist. I'm like, dog, where you been at? You just started listening to boxing yesterday
Like, that's
because that's been out. That's
right.
been out that Paulie
Mhm.
is a racist. That's been out there. We
Well,
all know, and
can I?
it came out pretty much right after the Adrian Bona situation. That's when it really came out. After the Adrian Bona, he'd been hating on black fighters for years now. Years
Mhm.
he's been hating on black fighters.
Um, to say that to me, again, that's just a propaganda point. I mean, some people said Muhammad Ali was racist. That don't mean it was true.
Wait a minute. The fellas, when I tell you, at the time that everybody realized that Paulie was racist, you know there were lies for damn near a month straight of nothing but them playing his recordings on multiple channels saying the exact same thing at different times. I have heard Polly Polly. I'm not even trying to say that. I'm too country for that. I've heard Paulie and everything he done said. I don't understand. You are more into boxing than I will ever be because
Mhm.
it don't do it for me like that anymore. But for you to say you ain't never heard of Paulie being referred to as that is unheard of. It was you couldn't have missed it unless you was new to YouTube and you came after. There was no way in hell there's not one single channel that you could have gone to for a month straight about
Mhm.
just talking about Paulie being racist. And I mean, it was all over the place. Everybody.
We got to remember this, Queen. This is the thing you got to remember. There's actually been people who said that that
Fountain.
Tyson Fury, that Tyson Fury, undisputed champion Tyson Fury, cheated against Deontay Wilder, which I know you think is laughable, just like I do. So I don't go off that. I mean, that's people say anything. He said that Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, undisputed champion Tyson Fury, cheated against a guy he beat 3 times easy. So I mean,
Dog, dog,
people say
dog.
everything.
And there
No,
was a whole bunch of unnecessary shit that happened in the first fight. And that was because I bought the first
dog.
fight.
I don't know where he get
Doing
three times that dog. He has two.
3
He has 2 wins. He has 2 wins over Deontay Wilder. Two.
The
The
first
first
one
fight
was
was a draw.
It was a
First fight
gift.
was a draw.
He
So
had been on the ring 3 years.
where you get 3 wins? Where you get 3 wins?
I'm talking about if you have fair judges. If you have fair judges, Tyson Fury
What?
came to America. He came to America and beat really
No,
my favorite fighter at the time.
no.
Deontay Wilder is one of my favorites.
No, hold up. This man did not come to America and not have fair judges. Dog, this man had the judges on his corner. Dog, everybody said when they watched that fight, normally when a guy gets knocked down and his eyes is closed, the referee normally weighs the fight off. The referee said I gave Tyson Fury the benefit of the doubt of trying to make the 10 count. That's not fair judging? What are you talking about? He had everybody on his side. They wanted Deontay Wilder to lose. They wanted him to lose.
That is a fact.
I'm gonna say this. There's not a bigger Deontay Wilder fan than me. There is.
You're not a Deontay Wilder fan because
I love
you're a
Deontay Wilder
fan. So you never saw Tyson Fury gloves. You never saw Tyson Fury gloves halfway off his wrist in the first fight. You didn't see that.
You didn't.
No, you seen that now?
You didn't see the
Yes.
6. What?
So you didn't hear Tyson Fury tell Ricky Hatton, pull me gloves up.
That he did.
You didn't hear him say that.
He did say that.
The man gloves was about to come off. He had his gloves.
You talking about the Gypsy King?
Are you right now?
You talking about the
He
Gypsy
didn't even
King?
lick him, and he didn't even lick him. I don't even know why people. He licked his word. No, he did.
Pause.
But come on.
I gotta
man.
say pause. I gotta say
People,
pause
you
for
can't
that one. I
Hey,
gotta say pause for that one.
but you know what? I want to send a big shout out to our TWT sister Quickly coming on. Hopefully we get her to do some more moderating for us because I know the fans love, the people love to hear BVO go right at D3, take the gloves off. People love that.
I mean, everybody know that I'm a chef. They know I be cooking in the kitchen. But I hope y'all like my Thanksgiving turkey that I cooked for y'all today because that man is well done.
For sure. Absolutely.
Tell them where they can find you at Quickly, please. Tell them where they can find you at.
Every Thursday on Quickly 42 #DWT. And at 9 p.m. Central Time. I was trying to think of a time for y'all, but y'all hour ahead.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock for y'all. Every Thursday.
Yeah. Because Central Time don't count. That's only Eastern Standard Time that counts.
What the
So
hell? BBO, you know what? And I'll be trying to, and I'll be taking up for you too. I'll be like, BBO, he cool as shit. He really is. He just says stuff off the wall. And sometimes the family just gotta get him roasted. And I'm, and at this point I'm like, get him.
hey, but you know what? I'll give it to you, Anthony. You're biased. You're my brother, but I love you. But you're biased. CDK, you're biased too. Anybody clearly seen your boy BBO? And I'm going by my new name because all the haters keep trying to call me Skip Bayless. So we're gonna go by BBO Bayless now. So when we go out here, we're gonna go right at them like we do. No home games. I'm like Tyson Fury. I'll go anywhere around the world. We can debate, talk about it. It's your boy BBO. All right, we're gonna be back this weekend. I think we got a big fight this weekend. I can't think of who, but we're gonna announce it. And we also got a big, another big interview coming this Monday. You guys gonna be surprised what we got coming. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy BBO Boxing. It's your boy D3, the Oscar hater, and of course it's the Queen Quickie right here. And we gone.
All right.
Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's a pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is